So, I watched the Dragon Ball live stream over the weekend. Okay, so last Friday, Toei decided to drop a live stream for Dragon Ball's 40th anniversary. And let's just say I have some thoughts about this. First and foremost, let's get the big one out of the way. We're finally getting the Moro arc!
Yeah, I've been waiting for this.
Man, when I tell you that this arc is literally the best arc in Dragon Ball Super, it's not even an understatement. It's called Dragon Ball Super: The Galactic Patrol. It's been 8 years since Dragon Ball Super came out. We've been asking for a continuation of the manga for I don't know how long, and we're finally getting it. Hey, I'm down for waiting it for a whole year just so we can finally get this show on the road now. Then they showed off a new game project called Age 1000. I was getting two vibes from this. I was either getting Xenoverse vibes because of the character designs for it. It reminds me a lot of like the modern Dragon Ball Xenoverse CG. And a bit of Dragon Ball Online as well. If you don't know what Dragon Ball Online is, it's pretty much was that one Dragon Ball MMO that the Korean and the Chinese had for a good while. Sure, I think they got like fan translations for it, because I remember playing it as a kid and it was barely translated. But it takes way farther in the future, and you're able to like create your character and pretty much go around the Dragon Ball world, stuff like that. But I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with it. I hope it's not another arena fighter game like Xenoverse. I'm getting a bit tired of that. Then they introduced some DLC for Sparking Zero. Yeah, cool. You're getting Sparking Zero stuff. It is what it is. In fact, I still think Dragon Ball Sparking Zero was literally one of the biggest flops. Like, the most hyped up game, and now I'm saying like this, man. The hype just worn out like the first month after it came out, because there's so much stuff missing out of this doggone game. I'm surprised that we allowed them to get away with this for so much. And I even said this game was about to be Game of the Year. How foolish I was. After they announced all that stuff, they end up taking an hour break between the announcements for this and the next thing. Man, it's already like, what it was like 9 o'clock when it was 9 o'clock at night when this was going on. So it's like, man, I gotta wait an hour for the next stuff to be revealed. I was like, man, I was about to plan on going to bed. But luckily, I stuck it out for a little bit. Then they announced another thing after the break. They were about to make another version of Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. And it's now being called Dragon Ball Super Beerus. I heard people say they was gonna be remaking Super. I'm one of those people who's against it. But me seeing this in real time, watching the live stream, I'm not gonna lie. I hate to say this. People gonna be mad at me when I say this. I don't really care for Battle of Gods. It insists upon itself. I'm not watching this movie for the doggone third time. I don't even care if it's manga accurate. I'm not watching doggone Goku be on a boat for at least a good hour. Jeez, I heard they said this is going to be like 6 episodes long. I'm like, no, I'm not watching this again. And it's not going to probably hit the same as the movie either. So, this is like, look, I get it. It's going to be better than the anime version. Most definitely. But I'm just serious, like, do I really want to watch doggone Battle of Gods for a third time? I'm good on that. And speaking of movies, this must mean, this is not 100% confirmed yet, but this most definitely probably mean that Resurrection F is getting remade too. Or remastered in some form or fashion, to be quote-unquote manga accurate. I am not watching that either.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face, bitch.
Like, that, if I can be 100% honest with you, in my personal opinion, that is literally one of the worst Dragon Ball films that I ever watched. both. This is like literally fighting final place with Bio Broly at this point. Because so many things in this movie did not make any sense. And so many characters sold during this doggone movie. Gohan sold. Goku sold. Vegeta, out of all people who knows what Frieza is capable of, you allowed him to rage quit on you guys and blow up the earth. You sold it! Man, y'all lucky that Whis got that Infinity Stone to pretty much reverse time again. Yeah, man, this movie is so doggone buns. It made no doggone sense. So you mean to tell me I gotta watch these two crummy movies in anime form for the second time, and if we just talking about the only time premise, a third time, just to get to the new content in the Galactic Patrol? I'm sorry. Wake me up when Goku Black, or best case scenario. Oh, I don't even say best case scenario. Worst case scenario, the Universe 6 tournament. The Universe 6 tournament is cool. I'm okay with that. With Kaba, the Universe 6 Saiyans getting introduced, Vegeta, Champa getting introduced. I think everybody could be saying like, oh, that's an okay arc. But most definitely, I would not mind seeing the Goku Black arc being more manga accurate, because I don't think the Goku Black arc was that bad. You know what this low-key kind of reminds me of? But not in this specific case, but let me use Bleach as an example. The fact Bleach was off the air for an entire decade just for them to jump back in with the 1,000-year blood arc. This is the 1,000-year blood war. I say that was better executed than what we're pretty much going through now. Because now you just pretty much banking on remaking Super for everybody to watch. Look, if you're new to Dragon Ball Super and you want to jump in, I would be okay with you watching the remakes. If you didn't watch the films, if you didn't watch it when it originally came out, I would just 100% recommend watching the remakes, probably. Well, because I'm not 100%, well, since this stuff is not even out as the time of recording, I'm not sure how this stuff is going to pan out, but 9 times out of 10, it's going to probably be better than what the original series is going to be. Because if you've seen Dragon Ball Super when it first came out, especially the Battle of Gods and Resurrection F remakes in anime form, they were rushed. They were not good. They were not good at all. So, hoping that they got enough time to work on this so they can get straight to the Galactic Patrol arc. I still think it would have been a better idea if they just jumped into the Galactic Patrol arc, but hey, if they're gonna lead into it just to build up hype, hey, that's on them. So yeah, that's my take on the whole live stream. Have a good day.